You might have seen an article last week that everybody in the tech press was talking about. It was a study released by an SEO firm called Grotica, and it showed that a lot of the big technology sites, the big consumer tech news sites, have lost a tremendous amount of their audience, especially over the post-COVID peaks they had a couple of years ago. One of the big numbers everybody threw around from this article, even though some people are disputing some of the exact numbers in the article, but the general theme remains, is that digital trends, which was once one of the masters of the Google News box, has lost up to 97% of its audience. And in that same amount of time, my old home at CNET got off relatively lucky. They only lost 47% of their audience, according to this SEO company's report. My other old home, Gizmodo, didn't even rate in the report, so go figure. But beyond the raw numbers, one thing that really jumped out to me about this report was how much it shows that consolidation of tech media, which was really a big thing for a while, might really be coming back to bite some of these companies. For example, Ziff Davis owns 4 of the 10 websites listed in this SEO analysis. That's CNET, PCMag, Mashable, and ZDNet. And together they, of course, lost, according to this analysis, a tremendous amount of their audience. And Ziff Davis has invested heavily in these sites. They bought most of them. They own PCMag. They bought Mashable years ago, and more recently they acquired CNET and ZDNet. The irony of Ziff Davis reacquiring ZDNet, which they gave up many, many, many years ago, is not lost on me. Future owns 2 of them, TechRadar and Tom's Guide. But beyond all the raw numbers in this analysis, one thing that really jumped out at me was that some publishers have spent the last several years consolidating and acquiring tech sites so they can roll up all of that traffic into one big number and try to sell it to advertisers. And for a long time, that really seemed like a good business model. But with Google Zero, which is the concept that over time Google is going to send less and less traffic to websites through basically not linking to them, through giving everybody AI overview answers, and people getting their answers from other sources, other AI tools or Google's own AI tools, and basically being happy with that answer and not clicking through to the website that was the source of the answer. Eventually you get to, again, what they call Google Zero. That says to me that maybe this consolidation play, which some companies have spent hundreds of millions of dollars on, if not more, is going to end up being an anchor weighted around their necks. Because if tech media is on the forefront of this AI overview war that's happening right now, then the idea of consolidating by buying up all these tech sites, well, that starts to seem less like a good hedge against the future and more like you're just throwing good money after bad. What do you think? Is tech media doomed? I've worked in it for 20 plus years. I'm not ready to say that, but I think there's got to be new ways to find audiences, new ways to find eyeballs that are not dependent on raw page view traffic and Google and the Google Discover box and Google News. But what do I know?